William Whalen here for GetMoreSports.com. We're looking at the trade market here in college basketball, and I've got 4 players and telling you whether you need to buy stock in these guys or sell any stock that you might have because things might be trending downward. I want to start with Chris Dunn of Providence. We've heaped a lot of praise on Chris Dunn so far this year, but honestly, his best performance was Friday night. In just 21 minutes, he was hampered by foul trouble all game. In the first half, only playing 9 minutes after racking up his first 2 fouls. His Providence team was hanging around without him, no doubt about it, but Chris Dunn is without a doubt the engine that drives this train because he tallies 18 points and 8 assists. Obviously, in limited minutes, his effectiveness was most felt down the stretch, hitting big shots, hitting the game winner, a Kobe-esque stop, pump fake, turn around, and fade. I mean, this kid can do it all. He wasn't very involved in the rebounding battle. I think part of that was trying to avoid foul trouble, getting mixed up with the big guys down low. Plus, Providence has plenty of big guys that can bring those rebounds down and get him the ball in transition where he's most effective. Buy all the stock you can in Chris Dunn. This is a legitimate Player of the Year contender and maybe the best point guard in the country, at least the best for my money. I also think you need to buy stock in Jaylen Brown at Cal. A career night, 27 points against Richmond. Now, it has been a short, young career, obviously, for the freshman, but nonetheless, he keeps improving. Now, he put up kind of a stinker against San Diego State, but the Aztecs defense can do that to a lot of people, and I think, in general, the Cal offensive kind of juggernaut that we came to know was exposed a little bit against the Aztecs, but in their loss to Richmond, he was the best player on the floor for the Cal Bears. I think they've really established him as their go-to guy just because he doesn't need to dominate the ball. He can come off and play off of Tyrone Wallace. Jaylen Brown is only going to get better this year. Once his three-point shot comes around, he's been dismal from beyond the arc. I think he's going to be a real force to be reckoned with. And 2 guys that you need to sell stock in would be Ron Baker and Gabe York of Wichita State and Arizona, respectively. Baker is incredibly inefficient without Fred VanVleet on the floor. It's starting to become clear that he needs that point guard to be around him to create easy opportunities so he can be effective. His turnovers are an absolute problem right now for the Wheat Shockers. And in Gabe York, you've got a guy who is really in the spotlight for the first time in his career with the Wildcats, and he hasn't handled it exceptionally. Yes, he's been in double figures in every game this year, but I don't see that continuing. I think as Alonzo Trier continues to emerge and mature within Sean Miller's system, you're going to see him take over a lot more of the load because Gabe York simply doesn't have the feel from three-point land. He's effective, but he's incredibly streaky. This is not a guy that I want to bank on over the course of a full season.